tough loss for the defending champions and a Southern derby. Lots to talk here at Timeout with Sports Adda. Kolkata finally managed to beat their bogey team, Arun. It took a while coming, but they must be thrilled.
They must be thrilled. I was thrilled. I mean, it was exciting, Akhil. Where was this Kolkata in the first half of the season? I mean, I said the odds were heavily stacked against Kolkata going into the game, but how they played that Baz McCullum brand of cricket, so refreshing to watch.
Yes, and I remember during one of our preview shows, we had said that they might miss Pat Cummins, and it will be a difficult one. But the bowlers, especially the spinners and Prasidh Krishna, they are posing wicket-taking threat in all the overs that they're bowling. So the respite for opposite batsmen is just not coming, which is refreshingly nice to see.
Yeah, yeah. You spoke about Prasidh Krishna. The one thing he needs to sort out is his
No
problem with no
balls.
balls. But other than that, he's picking up the key wickets. Virat Kohli in the first game, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And then yesterday, good performance yesterday. But let's briefly talk about the spinners. How good were they? We knew that was going to be the matchup, and they
yeah.
just tied Mumbai down. Whether it was Mumbai's own, you know, I don't know what happened in the head of the Mumbai batsman. I don't know if they said let's play them out or whatever the approach was. But how good were Varun Chakravarti and Sunil Narayan?
Yeah, I mean, if you have a look at the scorecard, after such a good start that the Mumbai openers gave them, just nobody from the middle order could get away, right? I mean, Deacock, yes, he played at a decent strike rate, not such a great one for an opener. But except for Pollard, the other middle order options for Mumbai are they just don't seem to get any momentum, can't hit any early boundaries to get away, which is very rare. Surya Kumar Yadav, Ishan, and Krunal Pandya all struggling together.
It's very unusual, but that's what happened in the game. 155 for six. Despite Mumbai getting off to a first ball boundary and a solid opening partnership between Rohit and Quinton, but then
Hmm.
the first 10 overs was 80 runs. I think the back 10 produced 75. So it just
Hmm.
tells you that Mumbai had no momentum in the second half, and then the chase was once Shubman Gill and the new kid, how am I
Venkatesh
forgetting
Iyer.
the name? Venkatesh Iyer. Sorry, just lost it for a second. Venkatesh, how good were they? Once they started blazing, they took their chances, and then Rahul Tripathi came blazing all guns. Got lucky a few times, but that's what you want to see. That's what is Baz McCullum's brand of cricket. Play without fear, and it was good to watch.
Yes, and one a few points, from the cricketing viewpoint, they don't show up on a scorecard. But in a chase, when one of the top international bowlers is bowling to you, and an opener comes down and hits a six in the first over, like how Shubman Gill did, that was
Hmm.
intent for me. So
Yeah,
I really like
absolutely.
that.
Absolutely, and that was such a sweetly timed six, Akil. I was watching it live, and there was no effort going into that stroke whatsoever. It was all about class and timing. I'm just reading a piece on one of the websites about how cricketers need to develop power. The title of the piece is how do batters train for the demands of T20. It's about power hitting and all, training for power and all of it. But that six is all about class and timing. And I looked around the commentary box, and everybody just went, "Wow, that's it."
Absolutely. That's the way for a team to start in T20 cricket, start explosive. And Iyer is just, we spoke about one of the preview shows for the Hyderabad game that one individual player needs to show that magic. And I think Iyer has given that for Kolkata. He's no opposition didn't know much of him. He's come and he's delivered in two back-to-back matches against two good teams. So really happy that Kolkata managed to find some potion to start the revival. Mumbai, we need to try and find something again on their own.
Yeah, yeah. It was a bizarre match. I use the word bizarre again for the third or fourth time this league, this part of the league. I'll tell you why. Because Kolkata employed their spinners predominantly in the first half and kept the pacers for the back end. Whereas Mumbai went the other way. Mumbai employed their quicks predominantly in the first half. I don't know. I mean, captains are seeing this differently. Captains are assessing conditions differently. That's the joy of watching T20 cricket, and that's what makes it fascinating.
It might be a good exercise, Arun. When I was watching the game, I was thinking Saurabh Tiwari didn't get a bat yesterday, and still Mumbai lost quite comfortably by more than 5 overs to spare. Maybe it's time for Krunal Pandya to start batting as a proper batter, and then they can get in one more spinner, maybe like a Piyush Chawla inside to bolster their bowling attack because looks like Krunal Pandya is not really delivering as a second spinner for them. So, and he's a good enough batsman, so might as well play him ahead of Saurabh Tiwari like he did yesterday and add one more bowling option.
I don't know if Mumbai are going to do that though. I don't know if Mumbai are will react to this. Even in the post
Hmm.
match, Rohit mentioned that was a
One
bad
game,
game,
yeah.
but we won't panic yet. Mumbai are
Yeah,
known to do this.
known to do this. Absolutely true. They've done it in the past. They have the ability to come back, so absolutely can't doubt that. Okay, so
Two back-to-back wins for Kolkata, which means they've jumped to number four, Akhil, in the standings. If I mean two emphatic wins. The first one with 10 overs to spare, and the second one with just about 5 overs to spare. Look at that. Look at the net run rate as well. It was dismal,
nice.
and look at what they've done to that now.
Nice. This is like the number three and number four position are the ones which are going to be really fought for, Arun. The teams Rajasthan, Kolkata, Bangalore, Mumbai. I think these are they're really going to have a go at each other for those three and four spots. So I think this will go down to the wire.
It should, and we've got a fascinating, very very fascinating contest today. Two playing three. I know who I'm supporting.
Yes, I'm going to be supporting the team that you support also. And this is like a dream clash for the broadcaster, two of the biggest stars in the country playing against each other. This is like a dream campaign for them. So yes, and Bangalore have a lot of catching up to do in this rivalry, isn't it? They've been left a little far behind against Chennai. They've struggled against Chennai. So difficult match for Bangalore that way.
It's been a difficult. I mean, and a lot of these games, Akhil, I've watched a lot of these games in Bangalore, and
Hmm.
it's because of that man on the right side of the picture. A lot of the time, MS Dhoni stood up and punished Bangalore. You know, Chennai have a 17-9 overall head to head, and I have a
Wow.
9-2 in the last 11 matches, predominantly because of MS Dhoni. Some of his best performances, Akhil, have been
Yeah.
against Bangalore. He's reserved it for Bangalore crowd and Bangalore. Look at this.
Wow.
824 runs more than against any other opponent. It's not just the runs, but look at the strike rate as well. 141,
Hmm.
142. And some of his best knocks have been against. I remember watching him at Bangalore. I really have some fond memories of him.
I hope we can see a couple of knocks at least this season where he strikes at that 140. Just used to love watching Dhoni bat in his heydays. He used to come out and then he used to know that the bowler could just go back over his head. Whoever bowler it was, it didn't matter at those stage.
You know what? Today I'm thinking Bangalore equals Sharjah. And Bangalore, the team is still the Bangalore, the team. So we could just be in for something special from MS Dhoni. They need
Yes,
it.
absolutely looking forward. Okay, what about the opposite captain? But he's also one of the top guns, right? He also prefers batting against top teams. He also likes to perform when the pressure is at its highest. So Virat versus Chennai is not a bad option too.
Yeah. Again, Virat's also done well against Chennai. Nearing 900 runs, probably will score another 20 to overtake better his aggregate against Delhi. But Virat is due for runs, Akhil. The first game, there was something that was amiss. There was something amiss. Hopefully,
Yeah.
Sharjah, good batting wicket. Uh, we will see him come back to the run to be among the runs.
Yes, he'll be itching to have a run. I mean, he'll be itching to have some runs under his belt now because there are so many new players coming. There are so many people getting attention in terms of scores and strike rates. and India's best player needs to have that with him regularly. So he'll be itching to have some runs under his belt.
Also because of all the developments off the field now, with him
Yeah.
relinquishing captaincy and all of it. There's a bit of chat going around if his timing of that announcement was correct, if that's put pressure on the team. Should he have done that? So the best way
Hmm.
for Virat to silence all those questions is score runs, help the team win, and people go.
Yes, they're coming off a bad loss, and I mean, if you remember against the match that they played against Chennai previously, also they were bowled out quite at a low target, and there was one gentleman who contributed to that in the last match. If you remember, what a match he had. Sir
The,
had
the,
one of the
the
best.
perfect match.
Yes, you can't get a better match than that. Sir Ravinder Jadeja smashing Harshal Patel for all those sixes, then coming back and getting AB de Villiers with that beauty, if you remember. Uh, what a match.
I was there, Akhil. I watched that game, and I was just, it was astonishing. That last over was brutal. 37 runs equals the record in the IPL.
Hmm.
The complete game. If anything, somebody could say there are no catches there, but Jadeja did everything possible there.
Well, he's like a mythical character, isn't it? Everything that he does is just so it's just so magical sometimes on the field, and he very rarely fails. It's very rare that you see him getting tonged for a lot of runs, not scoring runs or not contributing. A very rare cricketer. Really blessed to have him in the Indian setup.
This is Jadeja 2.0, Akhil. I'll be honest with
Hmm.
you. There was a time in the IPL, in the Indian T20 League, when we kept looking at Jadeja getting smashed for sixes. And I
Yeah.
used to hate him being given the ball. They used to hit him straight down the ground so many times.
Hmm.
They used to be, when you looked at the stats about who's considered the most sixes, Jadeja's name would be either first or second. But it's been such a drastic change that now he's a reliable bowler. He can keep the runs down. He'll go for runs occasionally, which is what you can expect. You should expect in T20. But this is Jadeja 2.0. His batting's improved as well. So he's going to be an important cog. But there are going to be, Chennai need runs as well from Jadeja because their batting is a bit of a worry.
Yeah, the opener, especially Ruturaj, has been given them a cushion across this league. If you remember, first half also, and he was backed up by Faf du Plessis. But the middle order still a problem.
Hmm.
Ambati Raidu got hit last match. He got retired hurt, so we don't know what his fitness levels are. I am still tempted, Arun. I might still want Moeen Ali to bat at number three. I think he's an informed player. We both like him. We like his strike rate. I think he deserves an opportunity to bat at three.
Fair enough. I mean, I like that. It also keeps it throws in a left hander early, so I like that. Uh, Sam Curran
You,
available, though I don't see Chennai playing him. I think Chennai might just stick to the same lineup. Uh,
yeah,
Suresh Raina needs to get runs.
yeah, like you call him Mr. IPL many times, and he truly, with the kind of record that he has in this format, in this league, you can call him a legend of the Indian T20 League, surely because of the runs and the impact he's had. Uh, I'm sure he'll want to contribute. Again, seems like a proud person. Loves the team that he plays with. Loves playing for his captain. So I'm sure there's a knock there. It does matter, Arun. I guess when you don't play cricket regularly, it's not so easy to just come back and play against opposition where there are at least one or two good bowlers in the opposite team who can bowl quick, who have some mystery. So I'm sure it's tough. It's not easy.
No, no, it's easy for us to sit and chat here, but it's not easy on the field. If the ball's coming here, if you're able to sniff the leather of the ball, not easy. Not easy when you're playing. Not easy when you come back after a break. So Suresh
Correct.
Raina is up for a challenge. Somebody like a Jamison for Kyle Jamison in the Bangalore lineup
Exactly.
will pose questions. Will pose those difficult questions at Suresh Raina, MS Dhoni, Ambati Raidu, a lot of them. Uh, what the problem with Chennai, I've noticed, just looking back at the last 3-4 games, I think they've lost the last 3 games at Sharjah. They need to bowl better, Akhil. There's been a problem with how they've adapted to Sharjah. Look at what's happened.
Hmm.
2020, these are last 3 games they played at the venue. Against Rajasthan, they conceded 216. Against Delhi, they conceded 185. Against Mumbai, they conceded 116 and 12.2 overs. So that's a problem. Chennai need to adapt well to the Sharjah conditions. It's probably the size of the boundary. It's probably the flatness of the track, Akhil. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is, but they need to quickly adapt.
Yeah, they're two bowlers, Shardul and Deepak Chahar, they prefer swing, isn't it? And maybe that's not something that they're getting at Sharjah. So it'll be interesting to see how Dhoni adapts his bowling according to the venue. Do you foresee
Hmm.
him trying to get maybe one more spinner in the lineup?
Maybe not. Not really, Akhil. I don't see MS Dhoni changing up things. Uh, no. I mean,
Hmm.
Sam Curran's an option because Sam Curran doesn't give you pace on the ball, but Sam Curran's one option. I don't know. Would he bring in Sam Curran for a Josh Hazelwood? I don't know.
Hmm.
I'd like to see Sam Curran, but then Sam Curran, Dwayne Bravo, similar speeds, similar category bowlers. I don't know.
Hmm. But you found a pick in the Bangalore lineup, a gentleman who's done decently well at Sharjah, isn't it?
Who I don't know. This is why there's got to be hue and cry about Yuzvendra Chahal not being picked in India's World Cup squad.
Hmm.
Sharjah, small boundary, lots of sixes. We've seen what's happened in the past. But look at
Yeah.
what Chahal's done. In Indian T20 league matches at Sharjah, his economy is 6.05. That's not an error, Akhil.
Hmm.
6.05. Look at what the other Bangalore spinners have gone for 8 runs and over. This man is something else.
Oh, he's a very cunning bowler, Arun. Wherever he comes on, he has something up his sleeve, seems to adapt to conditions, and these are superb stats. You're right. I mean, considering that the T20 is going to happen at a similar venue, he could be a vital cog for the Indian lineup, and uh, I'm sure Virat Kohli will throw the ball to him at a opportune time today, where whenever he needs wickets and whenever he needs to curtail the Chennai team. But this is a superb stat.
Unfortunately, Virat Kohli can't call on Chahal as things stand in the World Cup. Come the World Cup, Chahal's not around. But Chahal's going to be a key bowler today. The reason I say this, A, his record, but B, Chennai have struggled against leg spin as well. Good quality spin. Suresh Raina's had his problems against Chahal. Uh, he's got, that's an interesting one because you think leg spinner, left-hander, the left-hander should bat freely, should get loads of runs, but Chahal's
Yeah.
got him 4 times, man.
Wow. And Suresh Raina is like a brilliant player of spin bowling, isn't he? He used to crash spinners so regularly. But it's nice to see that there are myths where leg spinners were held back and not bowled to left-handers. But these are kind of stats which show that it's not necessary. It's a matchup. If there's a matchup, then give the guy a go. Why not?
And if somebody's got the wood over another person, throw him the ball no
Absolutely.
matter what happened. Like we saw yesterday, no matter at
Sunil
what score
Naran,
Rohit
yeah.
Sharma was batting, Sunil Naran आएगा उसको उठाएगा.
Spot on, absolutely spot on. These two stats about Yuzvendra Chahal and his matchup with Raina are brilliant. I hope we get to see that again in the game today, where Raina faces him, and we can see how it goes.
And I want to see Chahal bowl to MS Dhoni. Remember, they formed such a successful partnership for India. I
Yeah.
want to see how that blossoms or that pans out today.
Okay, perfect. So let's call today. I know you're going with Chennai as usual. Since Hyderabad is not working, at least Chennai is your second option. So Chennai for you. Uh, I'm going for Chennai myself today. I think Bangalore coming off a loss. This is not the best team that he will want to clash against. So Chennai for me also.
You
And
you are
let's
seeing yellow, right? You are seeing me wear a yellow shirt.
Yes, all right. I'm seeing yellow there. And as usual, lovely talking, Arun. Let's talk more cricket again and see you again at Time Out with Sports Adda.